Now stop me if you've heard this one. A comedian climbs on an ATV. Okay, you probably haven't heard a joke like that before, and it's probably for a good reason. Most of the time we think of comedians performing a set at a club somewhere, which is where you're likely to find director and comedian John Moyer. He'll make the crowd laugh on The Tonight Show and plug a film, then set off for another comedy club somewhere. Next week you may find him running from show to show, but today he is in a far less stuffy environment, exploring the red rock of Kane Creek outside of Moab, Utah. His work has taken him across the country and around the world, but it has never led him to a simple rocky trail in the southeast.
Well, you know, I grew up in New Jersey, so our idea of off-roading was pretty much driving to the landfill, and that's been my my only experience as a child. So coming here, it's a lot nicer because there's not as much trash. There's no trash, actually. And depending on where on southern Utah you're at, there's still the radioactivity factor, but so it's a lot similar to what I was used to as a child, but it's different in a way too. It's more recreational this time. I love Moab. This is my first time here, and it's been a good time. Good time has been had by all. So I'm impressed by all the a lot of red. I think they could maybe stand some yellows and some blues. I think you know, maybe some spray paint might touch things up a little bit because it all just kind of blends together. But other than that, if you're colorblind, I suppose it doesn't make so much of a difference.
Kane Creek is a trail that is as much about blue as it is red. Starting out beside the impressive waters of the Colorado River, Kane Creek soon descends into a world of towering canyons, monolithic bluffs, and rocky spires that have come to define the very image of Moab. What sets Kane Creek apart, though, isn't the red rock or even the thrill of the surroundings, but rather the water itself. This time of year, the creek is easily passable, but in early spring it practically overflows. The stream makes the trip memorable, since most of the surrounding area is understandably parched. John sees it all for the first time, being guided by a group of friends who love the trail enough to make it almost an annual destination.
Oh, I love it. I love the diversity that Moab offers. I mean, you can get everything from sand and dirt and rocks and, of course, gorgeous landscape. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite places.
ATVs and Jeeps are a common sight along the creek trail, but today there is something a bit different. John isn't just experiencing the landscape of southeastern Utah for the first time, he's experiencing it on an X-Rail, an alternative way to get the family outside to explore.
I love the X-Rail. I think it's great. I think if the early pioneers had something like this, it would have been a lot easier for them. Come Ye Saints may have sounded a little different. I think they would have gotten out here a lot faster. It would have been a lot easier.
It's an all-terrain, family fun vehicle. We designed it as something that you could take your family, experience the outdoor without having to spend an arm and a leg. It's safe, and it'll do pretty much anything you ask it to.
X-Rails and ATVs ride side by side along the red stone walls of Moab, drawing our friends deeper and deeper into this unique ecosystem. John may be used to seeing the country through the heavy smoke of comedy clubs or the wide-angle lens of a film camera. But today, he's experiencing the world as it's meant to be. At the end of the day, we all must return from the beauty of the outdoors and step back into our lives. John is no different. He'll head back to the director's chair or behind the microphone and leave this land behind. Just like the rest of us, though, it'll be here waiting for his next visit. For John, that's the best punchline of all.
Absolutely, I certainly will. I hope to be back. You're bonding with nature. It's really what it is. It's a communal thing. You're one with nature. It's off road. Don't crash into any of the sagebrush. That's apparently a big problem.
From Kane Creek in Moab, I'm Stephen Heumann for At Your Leisure.